guys, it's me. I have a rant to do. This rant is about fake friends and people who are only content to keep you around when you have something to offer them. Those of you who have stuck around from the beginning or have watched my depression vlogs, you're aware that I lost a lot of people this year who meant the world to me. It's been a really tough recovery getting over that loss, but I've made progress. I'm stronger than ever, and with your guys' loving support, I'm actually happy with life again, for the first time in over a year. Now, one of these people tried to worm her way back into my life. I will refer to her as unstable. And when I inform you on the conversations we had, you'll see why. The long story short, Unstable and I were friends in college. We went to the same computer class. I helped her a lot. I enjoyed her company. After college, we lost touch. But then, early this year, around the time I was about to have a breakup and didn't know it, she went through a traumatic breakup that she had to start because her ex was 5 times worse than mine. Not only did her ex cheat multiple times and deny it, but he used her for sex, called her horrible things that I don't feel comfortable repeating, made her feel like crap about herself, never bought her anything, let her spend a ton of money on him, and he ditched her on important days of the year to be with other women. But she loved him, so she stayed. But earlier this year, she finally wised up and realized she deserves better, so she left. But he made it hell for her. He kept trying to keep her in his life because he wasn't ready to give up his toy. With my help, she got out of it. She got free. But he wouldn't stop trying to contact her. He kept leaving her messages. And then when it was clear she wasn't going to bend, he went to her friends and spun them a different story. Told them that she was the one that hurt him. That she was the cheater, the liar, the abuser, and the one who made him feel like garbage. When it was the complete opposite story. I'm the kind of friend who will go to battle for those I love. And I will cross oceans for you if I know that you are at least willing to cross a few rivers here and there for me when I need it. So when he was spinning those lies, I attacked him on Facebook. Said a lot of harsh things that I don't regret. And for a little while he left her alone. Then he kept at it again. Then he reached out to her friends. And when she told me all this, I was furious. I was ready to kill him. Because I could not believe the things that she was telling me that he was doing and saying. Because they were just so awful. And then I actually approached some of the friends who were believing his lies, and I tried to set them straight by saying no. Everything he was telling you is the opposite of what really happened. He was the cheater, the liar, the abuser, and the piece of crap who deserves nothing good in life. She did everything she could to try and make it work, but he didn't care. And so I went to battle for her many times, defending her when she couldn't defend herself, and I was happy to do so. Because I felt that if I ever reached that point where roles were reversed, she would go to my defense too. Months go by, talking every single day, both over typed messages and video chatting. She and I were sisters. Always there for each other, no matter what, regardless of what's going on. But then, one night, we video chatted like usual, ended the conversation like we always do. Then the next day I didn't hear from her. And then the day after that I didn't hear from her. 3 days go by, nothing from her. Completely out of the ordinary behavior. So I Facebook messaged her asking if she's okay and what's going on. Got no reply, didn't even read it. So then the next day I called and texted, but I got an error message saying that the AT&T subscriber you were trying to reach is unavailable. And I was like, oh crap, something's really wrong. This isn't okay. Something's really wrong. I was tempted to rush over to her house then and there, but I realized, no, if something serious happened, I need to give her some space and time, and then she'll come to me and explain. I let a couple of weeks go by without any contact from her, and then I decided that's enough time. Drove over to her house. Her dad opened the door. He didn't know who I was, but when I told him my name, he knew. He asked, unstable, if it would be okay if I came inside, and she said no, she doesn't want to see anybody. I was deeply hurt by that, but I kept that in check because I didn't want to make it an awkward situation. And I knew she wasn't alright, and I didn't want to add on to that. So even though I was completely upset inside, I kept pretty calm on the outside. That's usually how I am. In the moment, I will do everything I can to save face and stay calm. But as soon as I am no longer near the person or people I'm having issue with, I break down. So I fought with tooth and nail to stay calm. And I told her, but you disappeared for 2 weeks. I heard nothing from you. And when I tried to text or call you, I got that error message. I just want to know if you're okay. Can you at least let me see if you're okay? She wouldn't even get up off the couch to look me in the face. Now, the way her house is set up, the back of the couch faces the front door. So when I was standing outside of the house but in the doorway, I saw the back side of her head. And she wouldn't even turn to look me in the face. And that really hurt. I was very upset. And I just told her, well, okay, I guess I'll be going now, but I'll be here when you're ready to talk. And I felt like I did a walk of shame back to my car. As soon as I got in the car, I turned it on, blasted my music, drove off, and I started screaming. Because I could not believe it. She disappears for 2 weeks, when our set pattern was talking several times every day. And then she won't even be bothered to look me in the face. When I drove to her house to check on her, I was livid. And I was hurt. As soon as I got home, I vented to some friends and my family. The general consensus was her response to me going to check on her was not okay, but she must be dealing with a great deal that I'm unaware of. So I can't take it so personally. A few of my friends were very understanding of my feelings, but gently conveying that I need to take her feelings into consideration as well. The way they spoke to me, it got through to me and it made sense later on. But the two people who had previous issues with me, who I don't talk to anymore, they're basically attacking me for being selfish and hurt. I should have known that was the sign that things were going to go bad. But that's beside the point. A couple weeks go by after that night, and she finally messages me on Facebook. Long story short, she's telling me that she's going through a lot of personal family problems. She can't deal with anyone else right now. She doesn't want to deal with any friends. She's staying off social media. And she's trying to deal with all this crap on her own. And to not worry about her, and that she'll get in touch with me again when she's ready to talk. I was pretty hurt, and I basically expressed to her that if this happens again, let me know before you pull a Houdini, because you scared me. I was worried for your safety, and I was afraid something happened to you or that you were tired of me. And you just weren't good at goodbyes. And she told me that if I need to get in touch with her, I can always text her or call her. And I reminded her of the error messages that always happened whenever I tried. And it's like she disregarded that. And she informed me that her grandmother was dying of cancer. Now, I lost my grandmother to cancer when I was 11. So I understood what she was going through. And I figured if anyone could be there to support her and help her, it would be me. But at the same time, I respected her need for space, and I didn't want to push myself on her, which is really hard. And yet again, she reminded me to text her if I want to get in touch. And I told her, you went from messaging me a few times every day to nothing for a couple of weeks, and that worried and hurt me. I am very sorry that you're dealing with so much and that you're upset as a result. I understand that. I'm here to help you, but please give me a heads up before you disappear on me again. And then I sent her screenshots of me sending her texts and getting that error message again as proof that, hey, my messages are not going through over text. I have no way of getting in touch with you unless I go to your house. Then, on the 19th of this month, little over a month after, no, almost 2 months after she said that message, she reached out to me again, saying, hey. At this point, I had almost forgotten about her altogether, honestly. And I still cared about her as a human being, but I didn't see her as a sister anymore. So I was being polite but distant. And I just said hi. Long story short, she basically asked how I was doing, said that she's sorry it's been so long since we talked. She misses me, she loves me. She wants to get in touch again. And she reminded me of her grandmother dying of cancer and listed all the different types of cancer she has. I was polite but distant, and I reminded her, I could have been here to help you had you let me. I've been praying this whole time for healing and pain relief for her and comfort for your family during this rough time. And I still care about you too, but our friendship is different now. Because you did push me away when I wanted to be there for you. But I'm not mad. I don't get mad anymore. Because I've lost a lot of people after you. So I'm more independent now, and I just don't get mad anymore. But I am hurt and upset. But it's whatever now. I understand you're dealing with a ton right now. So that's why I'm not mad. And then she was saying that she's really sorry. She never meant to hurt me. Blah, blah, blah. And I said, I accept your apology, but we're not the same anymore. The dynamic has changed a lot. But I still care about you as a person. But it really deeply hurt me when I drove to check on you and you wouldn't even look me in the face. But I am praying for you. I understand. And you always have my prayers. Then she was saying that she was in no form or shape to see anybody. And if she saw me, she knew she was going to break apart. And I tried to remind her that we were sisters. You're supposed to be able to do that with each other. That's the whole point. But I'm not mad. I understand everyone copes with pain and trauma differently. But it really did hurt. Then she was saying she was really, really sorry. She loves me. She misses me. She realizes she shouldn't shut people up, but she does. And again, I told her, I accept your apology, but I could have helped you a lot if you would have let me. But it is whatever now. I'm fine. Then she was saying it's not whatever. I love you. I miss you. I understand if you don't want to talk. And I was reiterating to her that it is whatever to me now. It doesn't matter at this point. Lost a lot of people this year. So I don't depend on other people so much now. It's whatever to me now. I'm over it. And I'm sorry if I sound mad or bitter, but I'm at the point where it just doesn't matter. And I still care about you, and I've been praying for you this whole time. Then she drops this bombshell on me. She tells me that after she and I didn't talk for a while, she went to her ex, and he helped her. Same man who cheated, lied, verbally and emotionally abused her, and then tried to turn her friends against her when she tried to leave. She went to him for comfort. Him, of all people. Had it been another set of friends or another guy, that would have been one thing, and I still would have been upset, because I had her back more than anyone else. But for it to be him, I could not handle that. I literally held my phone and I was like, I must be having a stroke, because my eyes are telling me it says that you reached out to your ex, who you had a restraining order against. I was really pissed off. I just told her, that's stupid. You had a restraining order filed against him. Why would you talk to him? Because he listened to me. He was there for me. It felt like she slapped me in the face. I said, you're stupid. I was there, but you kicked me out. I drove out of my way to check on you, and you wouldn't even look at me. And now you say you got help from the F-head who destroyed you? It helped me. Wow. Thanks a lot for saying your abusive, evil, a-hole ex who you filed a restraining order against was more helpful than me. Thanks for letting that monster who doesn't give a single crap about you help you while you kicked me out with no goodbye. I was really alone, and it helped me get my feelings out I had, and I felt better. I have a new guy I'm dating. At this point, I'm like, oh, hell no. I can't even. So I just said, bye, Felicia. She's like, WTF. I said, bye. You lost me when you chose him instead of me and kicked me out. I'm not with him. I'm with someone else. I guess things have changed. I know now who my real friends are. And she flipped the bitch switch. Pardon my French. And I said, you really must be stupid. You chose to talk to X and let him help you instead of me? Remember all those times I had to help you build yourself back up after he broke you down? Remember the countless hours of pep talks I spent trying to help you after what he did to you? Remember how I convinced you to get a restraining order because we both knew he would never be good to you? What about all of that? And now you're telling me that he helped you through this rough time? Thank you so very much for the huge slap in my face. I thought you were my sister. I thought you loved me. But I guess your a-hole ex-boyfriend is better. No one is better, Annalise. And here's where I flipped out. I wrote, you are totally missing the point. And I wrote in all caps with a single period separating each word. You left me alone and chose X to support you instead of me. I figure it can't be much more obvious than writing it that way. She said, we weren't talking at the time, and I went and saw him. He knew I was upset, and I broke on the phone. I told him you came to my house and that I didn't see you. He asked why. I said, you and I weren't talking because you kicked me out. I drove to your house to check on you, and you wouldn't even see me. And you're telling me that you went to X to help you after you filed a restraining order against him? You chose X to help you instead of me. You chose the man, or monster, who abused you in every single way. You went to him for help, while you completely and totally shut me out of your life. And now you're telling me all this? Do you expect me to let you back into my life as if nothing ever happened? What was I supposed to do? Call you randomly and ask you to talk to me? No, not at this point. I'm so done with people who say they're my friends but really aren't. And X has helped me. It actually made me feel better after I got my feelings out there, and he knew I was upset. I broke down on the phone to him and then went to see him And we went to dinner and talked, and it really helped. I could not believe her. I could not understand how she's continuing to defend her behavior. I said, yes, that's exactly what you should have done. You should have let me help you. You know I loved you and that I was your sister. You know I would do anything to help you and that I tried to help you, but you kicked me out. And so you're telling me, still, that you went to the ex you had a restraining order filed against for help instead of me. Do you not know what a restraining order means? It means by law you are not to have any contact with the person ever again because they did unspeakable, unforgivable things to you. I thought that was understood. And to shorten up the story, I basically reiterate those same points over and over again. He abused you. He's the reason why you were broken. I had to help fix you after the fact. And you had a restraining order against him. But you went to him for comfort while you shut me out. How do you not see how that is upsetting? And I ended that sentence with, if you don't understand how upsetting, insulting, and downright unbelievable your actions are, then you are beyond help. She insults me by saying, yeah, well, at least he helped me, and I didn't shut you out, okay? I was going through a lot, and I stopped talking to you because I needed time to figure things out, and I needed time to fix me. I was trying, Annalise, and if that isn't good enough, well, then I'm sorry. I could not believe it. I said, you are really stupid. You did shut me out. I could not text you, call you, Facebook message you, or anything. I had no way to contact you except to go to your house. And when I did, you wouldn't even get up off the couch to look me in the face to say you didn't want to see anybody. There is no other way to describe what you did. You shut me out. And I understood that you needed time. That's why I didn't go back to your house again. You went to the man you had a restraining order against for help instead of me. Then she gives this lame-ass excuse saying that she stopped using Facebook because of drama. And I said, I don't think your brain is able to fully understand how deeply insulting and foolish your actions are. Do you not remember all the awful things that happened? And I reminded her of all the times I had to defend her, both against him and against the friends that he had turned against her. And I said, do you remember none of that? I wasn't seeing you in it at the time that you came to see me. That night was a bad night for me. Going to bed tonight, sweating sad emojis. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You dropped this huge insulting bombshell on me and you expect me to be fine? You are completely choosing to not understand where I'm coming from in all of this. I am done trying to get you to understand how what you did was terrible. Maybe tomorrow you will reread these messages and realize what you did. I was your sister. I loved you. I would have done anything to help you, but you shut me out. I had no way to help you, and you're saying he helped you instead. How do you not see how insulting that is? And then she's like, I did not kick you out. OMFG. And I'm like, yes, you did. I had no way to contact you. You're incredibly selfish and stupid. Then she tells me her mom blocked everyone on her phone. She's a grown woman. Why would her mom take away her phone and block her from using it? And then I said, I'm so done with you. You're too selfish and stupid to see what I'm trying so very hard to communicate with you. No more excuses, no more lies. I had no way to get in touch with you, so you shut me out. End of story. Then she said, my mom took my phone from me. I got in trouble for something. See ya, I'm exhausted. And I snapped, and I went, then how the F did you get in touch with X instead of me? You came home for a few days. We went out. No excuses. Bye. And then she said, good. We will never be friends with the way you are treating me. I have friends who aren't fake and who don't leave me ever. Are you kidding me? The way I'm treating you? You're stupid, delusional, and incredibly selfish. I never thought you would hit such a low, but I guess I was wrong. I cannot express enough that you were the one that shut me out and I had no way to get in touch with you, but you got in touch with X instead of me. No other explanations, no excuses. You're two-faced and selfish. I don't hate you, but I don't care about you anymore because it's obvious that you don't care about me. And you only came back to me when X wasn't enough to help you anymore. And then she was saying that that's not true and I'm wrong. Goes back and forth. Her insulting my loyalty. And saying that she has honest and genuine friends who have always been there for her and actually care about her. And that she's done trying to be my friend now. And that she's leaving me alone. And that I need to figure things out. I said, no, I have it all figured out. I did everything I could to help you, but you wouldn't let me. You were the one who neglected and kept me out of your life and chose him instead. You are the one that has issues to work through in your life. And stop being so immature and blocking me right after you send your final messages, and then unblocking me just so you can send more, and then blocking me before I can respond. She kept doing that, like 5 or 6 times. I'd be tapping on a message and she'd block me so I couldn't send it. So I'd give up on the message. Then she would unblock me, send another message, and then block me again. Continually getting the last word in, multiple times. And knowing this was likely to continue, I wrote a message and I kept waiting until I could hit send. She was saying, I hope you can figure things out. I'm not immature. Bye, I'm done talking. I have better friends to talk to. I got the last word in. Then I blocked her. I said, yes, you are immature and stupid and selfish and blind. You will not have better friends than what you had with me before you mistreated me. I am the one done talking to you. Blocked. Bye. So she was blaming me and calling me crazy for being upset at her actions. Acting like I'm the unstable one. I did not intend for this video to drag on so long, but I had to get this all out. I had to get it off of my chest. Plus, I figured if you guys care enough to watch my rants, you'd want to watch this whole thing. But that's what happened. She went back to the monster who abused her instead of me. And then acted like I'm the crazy one for being upset at that. I could not believe it. And knowing she was going to come crawling back to me, and knowing that she has an Instagram, I did nothing with that. I left it there. Then she sent me a message on Instagram, of all places. And she was saying that, I posted a story about me enjoying wine and how I'm a full grown-up now. So she replied to my story on Instagram by saying, hey, aren't you grown up? I miss talking to you. I'm really sorry. And I'm like, of course you are. I was amazing to you. And you're just now realizing that. I didn't reply. Then she sent me another message that I still haven't opened. But it reads, I shouldn't take things out on you. I'm going through a lot and I've been bottling things up. I'm like, yeah, sure. And since I knew she was Instagram stalking me, I posted a bunch of inspirational picture quotes on dealing with fake people who hurt you and sticking to the real people who don't mistreat you. And unstable seems like she is truly not thinking. And she basically outed herself by commenting on these posts with variations of multiple question marks, asking if the posts are about her or whatnot. And because I did not want to deal with her, I left her comments unreplied to. And I figure if she's dumb enough to post comments like that, where everyone can see, then I'll let her. And I'm just not going to reply. And one of them is a really good post that I gotta remind myself of. And it goes, the sad truth is that there are some people who will only be there for you as long as you have something they need. When you no longer serve a purpose to them, they will leave. The good news is, if you tough it out, eventually you'll weed these people out of your life and be left with some great friends you can always count on. That's a true-to-life statement that applies to everyone and anyone. And she stupidly commented, "Is this about me?" Now, a couple of my other good friends commented on that post with multiple hearts. So I responded to their comments with multiple hearts. Because they've been there for me. They never mistreated me like that. They've always had my back. And they've yet to disappoint me. And so I figured I'm going to respond to their comments and leave hers unreplied to, just to get the point across that I'm done with you. And also at that point, I was just not in a place where I wanted to deal with her. I wasn't mad. I found it honestly amusing and pathetic. But I knew she would come crawling back to me. I knew she would. And my point in all of this is to remind you guys that if you're helping someone through a really tough time and they're trying to help you in return, stay loyal to that person. Don't pull a Houdini on them. Even if you go through some traumatic, life-altering experience, don't vanish. But if you absolutely have to, at least let them know beforehand so they're not left panicking and worrying if something happened to you, or worrying that you got tired of them and you're gone now. It really hurts to be on the receiving end of such treatment. Excuse me. And also, if someone does that to you, realize that it's not you that's the problem, it's them. Normal, well-adjusted, functioning people don't use other people for their own gains and then walk away when they got what they wanted. Real people stay by each other's sides no matter what. They don't treat other people like a stop-and-go gas station store, where they only pop in when they want something really quick and then they're gone. So if you're being treated like that by other people, realize it's not you, it's them. And I encourage you not to treat other people that way either. Normal people don't just use people and then throw them away when they're done. So please, the point of this, don't be one who uses people and then walks away when you've gotten what you needed. And if you get treated that way by someone else, realize there's something wrong with that person and not you. I hope you guys can gain some comfort or understanding from this rant. But the main purpose of it was just to get it off of my chest and to let you guys know what's going on and to ask for some comfort and advice on how to not get sucked into that situation again. And also to let you guys know, I know what it's like to be mistreated by other people, so if anyone can relate to any pain that you might be suffering, it's me. And I'm here for you guys. Thank you for everything. I love you all. Have a good night.